First off, Cam, Happy New Year. How are things? How was your Christmas?
Yeah, really good, really good. Obviously, surprise playing Boxing Day. Never played a Boxing Day game before. Changed it a little bit, but still nevertheless enjoyed it. Good time with the family. A bit of a break from pre-season as well.
Yeah, Boxing Day came was a bit of a surprise for yourself and a surprise for a few of the boys. It was their first time playing in a Boxing Day game. How did you find it? How much did you enjoy getting the boots back on?
Yeah, to be honest, I was a bit nervous. Obviously, I've had so long out, and probably 5 months since I last played. So yeah, I was nervous coming into it, and obviously the Christmas Day as well. A bit nervous with that, trying to prepare around it. But once we got on the field, it just felt like I'd never been away really. It just made me feel like all the work I've done in the off-season really paid dividends. A good strong performance, and it laid down a marker for all of us as a group. So to get those minutes, even with it being Boxing Day, it were very valuable for all of us.
How do you prepare on Christmas Day? Obviously, we normally, as a kind of, let's try that again. How do you prepare on Christmas Day? How do you take sort of Christmas dinner? Do you kind of gorge yourself like we all normally do?
I kind of kept it the same. So I had my Christmas dinner. It was just a bit more loaded with a few potatoes and mashed potatoes and that kind of thing. It's not few or far between really with what I'd usually have. And then I had a meal later on that night. But it was just the things I could control. So obviously hydration was massive, making sure I got some electrolytes. And then the morning, the build-up of the game, obviously with it being a 11:30 kick-off, getting up at the right time to make sure I could prepare leading into that as well. So as much as I had my Christmas dinner, it was everything else that I could control around fluids and preparing was spot on. And then the morning after, like I say, it was just a normal game day from that point really.
You talk about it being a number of months since you pulled the boots on and played a game. How is the injury? How's the recovery gone? And obviously we see you out here now training fully.
Yeah, I suppose it's credit to some of the staff I work with. So Chris, John and Paul Hatton over in Hull, got really good relationships with them. They looked after me for probably the best part of 3 months before I came in here. And with Matty and Fish as well, took me under the wing. We worked really hard in that period where I came here and wasn't able to play, but I could get around the team, get around the group, and kind of learn as I was watching from the side, which meant once I came in here, I could hit the ground running day one, and I've not looked back since the start of pre-season really. It just shows like the work I've put in over that time with the physios and with the staff has been really beneficial, and like I say, I'm in a really good spot.
Yeah, coming in early last season towards the back end of the year and sort of spending those few months around the team, in and around training, in and around obviously this coaching staff, getting sort of used to the environment, has that been very beneficial coming back in ready for 2025?
Yeah, massively. Obviously, it feels like I'm not coming into a new group. There's boys that have come from different clubs, and it's building those relationships straight away. Whereas I've had a chance to build those relationships with the majority of the group last year. Even though I couldn't play and really contribute, it was massive to get in and around the staff. Even from a learning point of view, I could watch the videos and watch the plays and watch training and be involved in little skill drills and different things that led to plays and start of systems. So yeah, it was massive. It just meant that when I did come in, I wasn't new straight away. Obviously, players do that anyway. Most years we turn over players, but it just meant I was kind of in the environment. I didn't feel like I was starting fresh. It was more a feeling of kind of returning to where I'd come from.
You spent a number of years at Hull, but before that, obviously coming through the system at Bradford, we've got a number of boys that have come through that Bradford system now. Obviously, with yourself, Jake Truman, Matty Staunton, Thomas Doyle. Is it almost like a little bit of a reunion?
Yeah, well, we had this discussion not long ago. It's kind of gone full circle. We've had a few discussions about what it was like when we were playing in that scholarship and academy team, and it's nice when you get those moments where you come to your career. We were all kids back then starting out, and a few of us have gone different routes, but now we're all back in the same team, same club, and looking to do something special really. So yeah, I've had that conversation of just coming full circle and getting to enjoy it as we're all made our own names now.
Looking ahead, obviously we're a few weeks away from the season kicking off. How's pre-season gone for yourself? And it looks like it's been quite intense. Today's session, obviously, Coops has put you through your paces, and it will do so right up to sort of that round one kick-off.
Yeah, exactly. Well, obviously it's a short pre-season, and we knew that, so it was getting the intensity at the right times. And I think the staff have been really good with that. We've hit the ground hard when we've needed to, and they've pulled it up when we needed to as well. But training at that intensity should lead well into games. Obviously we had the Boxing Day game, and we've had a few more weeks to squeaking up on a few of those things that we had in there, but again, the intensity's been through the roof. I think that's what we're aiming for. If we can start with our intensity in training, that transfers into games, and we want to play how we train. So again, today massive session. Even though we're not out on the field, we've found an alternative and really done some hard grafting here today. But yeah, like I say, it's all about intensity and peaking at the right time. And obviously we're a couple of weeks away from the season now, and I think that intensity is just going to keep going as well.